Stop scrolling for just 10 minutes. Yes, I'm talking to you. I believe, guys, this is a must. It just really is a must-watch motivational video you didn't even know that you needed today. And if you've been waiting for a sign to finally stop procrastinating, to maybe finally get serious, to finally take that first step towards your goals, guess what? This is it. This is the sign. I believe it. Consider me the universe, your coach. Sounds pretty arrogant, doesn't it? And maybe even your annoying best friend. But I've got some great information for you. All that stuff rolled up into one. And I'm here to give you the shove, the push, whatever you want to call, that I believe you've been avoiding. Let's be real. Just for a second, okay? You got to understand, guys, motivational videos are geez, I guess you could say they're everywhere. You've seen them, right? You've heard of them. Some of them sort of, I don't know, they hype you up for maybe 5 minutes, and then you, boom, your energy fades, and as soon as you close the app, it's done. But this one, this one's different, I believe. This is the kind of video that sticks because it's just not hype, guys. It's not hype. And if you know me, it's humor, it's strategy, it's real talk. So buckle up, do what you got to do. Get a pencil, get a cup of coffee. All right, here we go, guys. Let's talk a little bit about the truth of motivation. Okay? Motivation is, to me, not some magical lightning bolt that sort of strikes you or strikes whoever while you're sitting on a couch. It just doesn't do that. You just don't wake up one morning with, an endless supply of energy, especially as you get older, and discipline, like you're in you guys have seen those Rocky movies, right? You're in one of those Rocky montages. No, motivation to me is created by what I believe is action, movement, motion, right? Think about it for a sec. Your phone doesn't charge itself while it's sitting on the nightstand, right? You've got to plug it in. That's the same thing that goes for your goals. You understand that? You got to plug them in, make it happen. Waiting for motivation without taking action is, I guess you could say, like waiting for your phone to charge all by itself. And that doesn't happen. You got to plug it in, right? It's just not going to happen without that connector. That's why you need to stop waiting for the perfect time. There's no such thing as a perfect time, guys. There's no such thing as the perfect plan either. Or really, I guess you could even add this too. There's no such perfect feeling. Little spoiler alert, it's never going to be perfect. It's just not. And if you keep waiting, days become weeks become months, years. You just waste years of your life sitting in the waiting room for your own dreams. Your future self is sitting at a table, checking the clock, right? Wondering if you're ever going to. I bet you do this. I bet you're wondering if you're ever going to show up. What do you think? And I think you need to learn how to start before you're ready. You don't need to feel ready. You don't need to have everything figured out. Oh my goodness, who knows anybody like that? You don't wait until the stars, I guess, all line up. You just need to start. Does that make sense? Take action, move, get going. And here's the thing, guys. Everybody feels scared at the beginning. They really do. I mean, we've all been there. And I know a lot of times I felt unqualified, and I think a lot of people feel unqualified. But the difference between the people who succeed and the people who don't, I guess you could say, is this. You listening? Write this down. Successful people start messy. They start with shaky hands. They're nervous. They start without knowing the whole path, or they just don't know. But they start. They just start anyway. You got that? Oh wait, I can't forget this. Here's the beautiful part. Once you take that first step, okay, clarity comes. Things start to, it's like a GPS. It doesn't give you the full road until you actually start driving. But guys, understand that once you move, the directions, I believe, will appear. That's how life works. It really does. It works the same way. You don't get the whole plan until you take the first step. So, start before you're ready. What about the power of consistency? Boy, that's a struggle in our world today. So let's talk about consistency for a little one. And I know this hurts a little bit, but I believe we all need to hear this, guys. This is amazing. Consistency beats intensity every single time. Consistency beats intensity every single time. So think about the gym. Going once for 3 hours, that's not going to change your body. It'll probably give you some aches and pains and make you sore, and probably give you an excuse to complain, right? But if you go for, say, 25 minutes 5 times a week, well, guess what? That changes everything. That's what's called consistency. And that's the same that goes for your goals, guys. You write one page at a day, one page maybe of your goals a day, and that sort of builds a book, and then you start saving a little money every week, and that can build wealth, and you keep practicing maybe for a few minutes every day, and that'll build mastery. I love that word. Guys, consistency is like compound interest. The results may not show up right away. You understand that, right? But over time, the growth is unstoppable. So listen to me. Stop aiming for perfection. You got to stop doing that. You just stop aiming for perfection once in a while, and just start aiming for consistency. And you do that every single day. Guys, small wins stack up into big victories. Small wins stack up into big victories. You got that? How about failure, Mark? What about failure? Well, I believe failure is fuel. So let's sort of talk about this big myth, okay? Failure. It's a myth. Somewhere along the way, people decided that failure is the end of the road. Let's leave it that way. That if you fail once, you're done. Game over. But guys, that's not how success works. Have you heard the saying, fail forward? Failure is not the opposite of success. It's just not. I think failure is part of really the success journey. And every mistake is information or feedback. Every setback is sort of like getting more information or data. You don't lose, you guys. You learn. Think about Thomas Edison for a second. They say that he didn't. He failed over 1,000 times trying to invent the light bulb. 1,000 times. But he found 1,000 ways that the light bulb didn't work. That's a great way to look at it, don't you think? Imagine if he gave up on, say, attempt number 998 or 999. Maybe we'd all still be in the dark. I don't know. So guys, like I said earlier, failure is to me is fuel. It's energy. Use it. Don't let it break you. Let it build you. Let it build you stronger every day. And no one gets you closer to a yes than failing. Setbacks, they get you closer to a breakthrough, I believe. The only way you actually fail is by quitting. Don't quit, my friends. What about discipline greater than motivation? Well, let's talk about that. This is one of those great big horse pills, and I believe that's the hardest one to swallow. But the truth is, discipline beats motivation, again, every time. Motivation gets you started, but think about it, guys. Discipline keeps you going when motivation is sleeping or napping or resting, whatever you want to call it. And trust me, motivation naps a lot, don't you think? No, it does in my world. Motivation is that unreliable friend who hypes you up, gets you all excited to go to the gym, but, cancels at the last second. You know anybody like that? I do. Discipline is the friend who shows, I guess you could say it's the friend who shows up at your door and says, dude, let's go. No excuses. Discipline means, let me say it this way. Discipline means doing the work, whether you feel like it or not. Writing the page, sending the email, making the phone call, showing up again and again until it becomes who you are and what you're known for. The secret to success isn't feeling motivated all the time, guys. It's not. Nobody. I believe nobody feels motivated all the time. Sometimes they come across that way, but they're not. The secret really is discipline. You just got to, disciple yourself. Build it like a muscle. The more you practice it, the stronger it gets. You just got to do that. All right, guys, let's wrap this up a little bit and let's laugh at some of the excuses and talk about them for a second. Because, guys, we got to be honest, right? We all make excuses. I mean, and some of them are all so ridiculous. They're actually hilarious, humorous, funny. How about this one? I'll start after the holidays. Newsflash, there's always another holiday that's going to be coming. How about this one? Yeah, I'm going to start on Monday. Guess what? Monday doesn't have magical powers. It just doesn't. Mondays are tough. How about this one? I'll start when I feel inspired. Inspiration is not going to crawl into your bed, my friends. It's not going to tap you on the shoulder. It's not going to, hand you some sort of a success plan. It's just not. I believe excuses are like bad jokes. What do you think? They don't hold up under pressure, but here's the thing. Once you laugh at them, you I guess you see how really silly and goofy they sound, and they lose their power. So, friends, do me a favor. Stop giving into your excuses. Stop giving it a microphone. Mute them and don't listen and do what you have to do to move forward. All right. Well, Mark, can you give me some real life examples that maybe I can relate to? Well, sure. Okay. Let's see if we can drive this home with some of these examples. All right. Here's number one. The Netflix paradox, they call it. People say they don't have time to work on their dreams, but somehow, it's not you, right? Somehow they find 8 hours to binge watch an entire season in one weekend. Guys, it's not about time. It's about being able to put your priorities in place. All right, how about this one? Here's example number 2, the GPS principle. Have you heard about this one? I remember a little bit earlier I said how your GPS sort of doesn't give you the full route until you start moving. And I believe that's exactly how life works as well. You got to stop waiting for the whole plan to be revealed before you start. You got to take that first step, and I believe the rest will sort of come into play. and come into come into focus. What do you think? Leave me a comment. Here's another example, the gym example. Well, one workout won't give you abs, but consistent effort over time, that can transform your body. You guys know that. You've seen people that are consistent in the gym. And the same goes, I believe the same goes for your mind. It goes the same for your business, the same for your relationships. It goes the same for like anything. And anything worth having takes that consistent effort. And guys, action, that's the word. Action creates motivation. And let's circle back to the most important point. Like I say, I just believe this is something that if you take away something from this, action creates motivation. Not the other way around. Action creates motivations. And when you take action, even the smallest even the smallest action, I think what it does is it causes your brain to reward you with what they call dopamine. And that's that feel-good chemical, that says, hey, Mark, or hey, you're making progress. Good job. It's sort of that pat on the back. And that's that chemical, you guys. Do you understand this? That makes you want to keep going. That's how momentum is built. So, hey guys, as I finish up here, if you're stuck right now, if you're waiting to feel motivated maybe before you move, flip it. Move first. Just get out, go for a walk. Start with some action. Start with some movement, right? Take one small step. Write down one sentence, or do one push-up, or save a dollar. Whatever it is, you just got to start small, and the motivation, I believe, will follow you. I really believe it will. All right, guys. Here's the bottom line. Your life is not going to change by accident. Your dreams are not going to chase you. They're not going to chase you down. Your goals are not going to magically appear at your doorstep like an Amazon delivery. They're just not. You have to stop waiting and start moving. You have to stop waiting and start moving. Stop waiting for the right time. Stop waiting for that one person or that someone else to validate who you are. Stop waiting for the conditions to be perfect. It doesn't happen. The only way forward is action. It's messy. It's imperfect. But consistent action. And once you commit, I believe, once you commit to that, guys, action, you're going to be amazed at how quickly you see things start to shift for you, because life really rewards, I believe, those action takers, not the excuse maker or the whiner or whatever you want to call them. So, hey guys, little call to action for you. Here's a challenge for you. I always like to leave everybody with a challenge. Don't just watch this video. Do something. Do something with it. As soon as it ends, just take one small action, I guess you could say, toward your goal. You can send the email, or write the line, make the call, whatever you need to do, guys. Just move forward. This really is the must watch motivational video. I just believe, because it really is. It's not just about inspiration. It's not. It's about activation. And the only person standing between you and the life that you want is you. All right, guys. If this message lit a little fire under your butt, do me a favor. Don't keep it to yourself. Share it with somebody. Hit that like, subscribe, and share button. Send us a comment. I love to hear it when you guys send some information, because it shares some information with all the other people that follow Hit the Mark Today. And you know, again, we try to do some more videos that give you a little bit more motivation with some humor and maybe some different strategies to keep you going and moving forward. Because here, you know, I just don't want to talk about change. I want to try to help you create it. And you know, go make your future proud and hit the mark today.